What I want you to do right now is you've got to make a plan for when you're going to write your book. Is it this week? Is it starting today? Did you start at the beginning of this week? Because if you did, you've already got your outline. But if this week wasn't the week, you can take a whole week and write your book and plan it that it'll be 8-hour days. You may need less, you may need more. I wrote I think a 70 plus thousand book, about a 300-page book in 1 week, and I did not take 8 hours a day. It wasn't even 8 hours a day. In fact, it was more like 5 days, maybe 5.5 days, and I didn't do 8 hours a day. Okay, so I want you to understand it can be done. Now, I have been collapsing time frames for a very long time. So for you, it might take 8 hours a day. It might take 10 hours a day for 1 week. I'm telling you, you want to do it in a week and get it done. It is so exciting to know that your book is complete. Then you can you can go through the process of making sure it's edited, making sure all those things. Now, those are beyond the scope of this course. That's what I do with our, like if you decide to apply and we end up selecting you, because not everybody who applied gets to work with us. Sometimes we do turn people away. But if we're a good fit and it's something that we can help you with, then we will. Then we can look at what that looks like and we'll create a plan together. But what's going to happen is as you are thinking it, every thought you have about this, you need to write it down. And do not try to have them in order because it's going to take too much of your time. I am about collapsing time frames. If you try to put it in a certain order while you are figuring it out, then it's going to waste so much of your time and you will never be able to learn how to do it this fast. So as you have thoughts, write them down. Okay, that's what you need to do. And then what's going to happen is number 2 is you're going to research it. As you research it means you go ask questions in the right groups like we did at the beginning of this challenge. You're going to go find out what it is that people are wanting to know. Now, I just had you ask one question and you joined a couple of groups. Imagine if you asked more than one question. Imagine if you asked, once you find out what people's pains are, now you start asking more and more questions. You start a group where you're trying to find out and you say, hey, I am going to be teaching people how to do this. And when, come join this group. We're going to discuss this and we're going to look through the challenges and problems that people are facing. And now you've got a group of people who that's all they want to talk about. And now you're finding out more exactly what is needed. You can create a group you can take a lookalike audience from Facebook, which if you don't know how to do that, get on that application and fill it out, because that's something that we help our people with. Get on Facebook and make a lookalike audience, and now you can put the word out to all the people who are interested in the very thing that you are trying to do. That's what that looks like. So as you research it, you're finding out what the pain points are. There's several different ways to research it. Go and research it. Find the answers to the problems. Ask the right questions, because remember how we talked about the questions actually are the answers. People say, well, how do you do this? What do you do about that? Go ask the question. Go ask the question to your people and to the people that you're trying to serve, and you will get the answers. That's exactly how it works. So research it. Number 3, you're going to outline it. I want you to outline it. I want you to put it in the outline exactly the way I taught you the other day. And as a quick review, because that day is gone, as a quick review, you're going to do number 1, you decide the result. Number 2, you decide the steps that will get you to that result or get your client to that result. You write down those steps. Now, those steps are the chapters in your book. They are the modules in your course. Number 3, you are going to, after you write out the steps for each one, now you're going to start back at the beginning of the circle again. Now you're going to say, okay, for this step 1 in module 1, what is the result I want them to have by the time they're done with step 1? If we talked about making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, if you're making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and you have to describe how to make the peanut butter and jelly sandwich, if you say step 1 is take off the lid, then you're going to describe what that looks like. And this may sound too simple. Most people, this is the problem. They say, well, step 1 is take off the lid of the jar of peanut butter. And you're going, well, that's it. Like, there's nothing to say about it. No, that is the difference between you and me. You act like your people already know what you're talking about. I act like I know you're smart. I act like I've got to explain everything. And the reason is because we've got to make sure they understand where you are coming from. We've got to make sure they understand exactly what point A is. If I say, I'm going to take you from point A to point B, I'm going to take you from where you are now to where you want to go, That's all well and good. And if that's all I say, and now we get together, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna help you get from point A to point B. I'm gonna help you get where you want to go. What does that mean? What does that even mean? It doesn't even mean anything. Does it really mean anything to you? Because where are you starting? Where exactly are you starting? We've got to get to the bottom of that. We got to figure that out. We got to spend some time, figure out all the things that are going on in your life, that are going on in your business, figure out exactly where we're starting. Then we've got to figure out, okay, exactly where do you want to go?